the Super Bowl.
Broadcasting from Radio Row inside the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are tuned into Sideline Sports Talk Network's The W Show on 100.1 FM, Kansas City. Brought to you by Stockman Law Firm, the Solar Center, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, Gates Barbecue, Positivity Water, Soiree Steak and Oyster House, the Wright Tally Tax Preparation, Dillard's Zona Rosa, KC Wheat Spin 360, Derek Thomas Neil Smith III and Long Foundation, Phenomenal Kids Child Care Learning Center, XC Fright Studio Plush, Sierra Fonseca, hairstylist in New York Life.
Convention Center. We got another great guest joining with us, man. I guess we can call him friend of the show. He was on with us in Miami with the red suit on. Now you got the money suit on. What's up,
I got
Spice?
about $1 million on this thing, man. A couple IOUs in the pocket and stuff like that, man. I'm out here. I'm having a good time, man. How y'all? Y'all good?
Good.
Really good. Really good.
Good. Now that the sun came out, we've been begging for sun in the desert all week.
Oh, man, I've been in Illinois, so y'all talking about some sun? Come on,
it's cold
man.
as snow.
Yeah,
Right.
man. It's all good, man. I ain't gonna complain about nothing.
What brings you to Radio Row this year?
I'm just having fun, man. That's all. Seeing some of my old teammates and so they got Charlie Batch right here, man. Like it's dope,
Batch.
man. I just saw Warren Moon over there, man. Like it's dope, man. It's a cool thing to be a part of.
And when you've been to a lot of Radio Rows, and we were talking about this yesterday, this seems like it's one of the biggest. I mean, we saw Miami, LA, and then now, Vegas within the past 5 years. Yeah. What are your thoughts on just being in Vegas?
I think it's just going to get better and better, man. This is the biggest game in the world.
Yeah.
A lot of people going to be tuning in from all over the world, man. So it's just going to keep getting bigger and better. Radio Row is it's going to keep expanding.
Yeah.
So it's always a good time, though, man. I enjoy being a part of it.
Game on Sunday. Who you got?
Man. You already know, man. I'm going with the Niners all day.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. That's who drafted me, man.
Oh,
Niners,
yeah.
man. So I'm going with them, man. We probably gonna win by 3 touchdowns out here, man.
And you said the Niners organization drafted you.
Yeah.
Talk about what it is about that organization they just excellent. I mean, 5 Super Bowls. They constantly in the race.
Well, back in the day, man, they had the cheat code, man. They had Bill Walsh, man.
Yeah.
You got all-time greats, Jerry Rice, and you got Joe Montana, and then you go to Steve Young, So they were pretty fortunate with the quarterbacks that they got and, running that West Coast system. And now they got Shanahan, so it's like it's full circle, man. So they did right in the draft. They did right adding the free agent acquisitions, and now we in the bowl, man. Now it's time to go, man. Everybody, you talk about different injuries here and there or whatever. Everybody hurt.
Yeah.
Like, let's go, man. Step it up, baby. Let's ride.
You think Brock Purdy has it?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like, everybody's been asking that same thing. Like, we're in the Super Bowl, and people still talking about it. Like, hey, bro, like, it's not a mistake that you get to the Super Bowl.
Of course.
And, and a lot of it comes from your play and your leadership. So that's why we're here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Now, you said 3 touchdowns. What's the cheat code to beat the Chiefs then?
Man, you got to stop Patrick Mahomes. You can't let him get in a rhythm. I think the defense got to play lights out. If they don't, then they definitely going to lose, man. Like, because he's on a roll right now. Yeah. And, when you get in the playoffs and you get hot at the right time, that's really all you need to do.
Yeah.
And he's hot right now. But the only way to stop him is if you got people coming off the edge or, like, right in front of him, knocking the ball out of his hands and things like that. So if the defensive line can take care of what they need to with just the front 4 and they ain't got to worry about the linebackers, or they ain't got to worry about corners blitzing, I think they can control the game.
I mean, they haven't done that all season.
It's a fine time to do it.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to do it. To get that biggest game of your life.
You better sneak up in that hotel and get them some steaks or something like that, man. Slow them down. Shoot, man.
Now, what else is new with you? I see you on social media. You had the workouts going, hitting the bag, man. What all is going on?
I'm just trying to keep this weight off, man.
Yeah.
You know, when you're done playing ball, what's up, baby? When you're done playing ball, man, you got all this weight on you, man. So you gotta, it don't be healthy, man. It's hard to roll out of bed and have the energy to. I got 4 kids, so you know it's hard to, navigate going to football practice, then track practice, then here, then there, then all that, and all the stuff they got academically. Take a lot of energy, man. So you got to keep the weight off, but. Yeah, man, I'm out here having fun, man. I got a podcast coming out on Valentine's Day, man.
Nice. What's the name of it?
Man, Off the Grid.
Off the Grid.
So I'm gonna be off the grid, of course. Like you never really know where I'm gonna pop up, and I'm off the gridiron too. So it's like a double entendre.
Like that. I like that.
I like that a whole lot. Yeah. How has it been building your own production company? How long has it been operating?
We're going on probably about 4 years.
4 years now. Talk about that process. Really, starting from the beginning, because owning a business, really coming from athletics, but then owning a business, I think it has its own different set of like issues and problems that you come across.
For sure, man. It's a beast, man. I come from playing football to going into entertainment. It's different, but at the same time, you got to step out on faith. The same way you step out on the field, like knowing that, okay, I can make an impact. It's the same way you do it with social media or entertainment. And that's all I've been doing now. I'm just taking another step. And I'm taking my time, and nobody can say, hey, man, don't do this. Don't say that. Like, I'm my own boss. Like, so, everything is like, I can edit stuff. I got, I can put my hand on like how I want this angle to be from the camera, or if we want to strike something from the tape, like we can do all of that. So it's good to have that flexibility. And it's also good to, for other guys who want to go in the same steps that I did, I can have something to tell them where they can make their own money too and be their own boss.
And that was going to be my next question, especially in the production business. Really learning the technical end of it.
Yeah.
Do you have mentors, or did you have mentors before, or is it kind of like learning, the ins and outs when you're on set?
Well, a lot of it is observing, observing what other people are doing, asking questions, asking, like, y'all got some good tripod set up right here. The middle one is probably the best one because it's the most stable. The other ones, like, so I look at stuff like that. I look at y'all lighting and stuff like that. This is easy to pack.
Yes.
You probably can pack that in one bag. And
We were just talking about this.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to do this type of stuff. But, I got my stuff is like a little bit more heavier. So I got like 2-3 bags that I got, and we out here lugging it ourselves. You know what I mean? So we getting it from the mud, as they say.
Of course.
And, you can appreciate it a lot more as you keep growing. And then you can understand what other people got to go through too. So say if you outsource it and you say, hey, man, I need a cameraman. I need one extra cameraman.
Definitely.
And, you can understand what they have to go through. So you can say, hey, man, I'll pay you X amount of dollars because I know how it is to lug that stuff in an Uber and then take it out and then go to your hotel room and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to be on this end so you can understand what people have to go through.
And how does that – because some people, especially when you go from one discipline, sports, going into the entertainment business, do you ever have any issues with, say, like confidence or any type of like any like mental health issues? Not saying you suffer from
I think I
depression
understand
and stuff,
what
but
you're saying. I get that all the time, but I think football prepared me for that.
Yes.
So there's a lot of times where you're not confident when you step out on the field, but I've been lifting weights at 6 a.m. I've been running. I've been studying. I studied my opponent. And so if you take that same approach and that same energy towards the passion that you now have, I had the same passion for football as I do with entertainment.
Yeah.
So I take this stuff serious. And, I'm not just putting anything out there to the masses. Like I really like sit down and think about this stuff. And I'm very strategic with the things that I post because now you get, like, when you have more followers, you have to be more conscious with the stuff that you put out because you can hurt a lot of people's feelings if you're ignorant to a lot of things.
Definitely.
So I'm always willing to listen, always willing to learn. And I think that helps me, for one, being a father, because I got to tell my kids something. Hey, man, you got to be responsible for the stuff that you post.
Definitely.
And so I got to, practice what I preach. So that keep me on my toes too.
And was the passion for entertainment, was it there even when you were playing football or even as a kid?
Well, yeah, I mean, football is a form of entertainment.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, like, I grew up, I didn't have any brothers and sisters. So I always wanted to entertain people, so they always want to come back over to the house.
Definitely.
So even before I had football, I was entertaining. And then when I got done, I just gravitated towards it because I wanted nothing to do with social media.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Kind of makes you do it, bro.
Yeah.
So, talk a little bit more about being an only child. I know a lot of the athletes we talk to, they have brothers and stuff like that they had a competitive environment with them. So as an only child, like motivating and pushing and stuff like that, talk about that.
Well, I'm used to just doing things by myself. I told my son, like, if you ever see me, you know, doing something, if I'm on a ladder or if I'm taking groceries in the house, just help me because I'm never going to ask for it because I'm just used to doing things by myself. So I've always been like self-motivated, and when it comes to running or lifting weights and stuff like that. So my aspirations when I went to college was to get a degree, to start winning national championship. Like me playing in the NFL, that didn't come towards, you know, to like my junior year. Like I never set out to play in the NFL. I just wanted to honor my scholarship, make my mom proud, get my piece of paper, walk across the stage, and just be a role model to the city of Detroit. And, you know, the NFL just, you know, the opportunity presented itself, and I started taking it serious, and I got focused, and I ended up getting drafted in the second round. So, you know, shout out to all the single parent moms out there raising a little boy to be a man. You know, I did it. Me and my mama, we did it.
So where do you find the time for? Because you mentioned you have 4 kids.
Yep.
Where do you find the time? Because I know you got, you know, whether it's possibly football practice or sports, and then creating content, and then doing all the other things that you do.
Well, I mean, I got 4 tuitions. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and it's not going down. So the tuition is not going down. Right. So that's where you find the time. For sure. Say, I need to get up and like, because when I retired, you know, when you wake up, you got 6 mouths to feed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Myself, my wife, my 4 kids. And so you got to find out what you're going to do quick because, you know, you got a lot of money coming out, but nothing is really coming in.
Yeah.
And so I always kind of saved enough money that where I could last for 2 years until I found out what I wanted to do.
Right.
And the social media stuff came pretty fast. And then Chicago Bears, they offered me a job to do this TV show, off the field fun and entertainment. And I've been doing that now for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, the opportunity presented itself, and, you know, you stay ready so you don't ever got to get ready.
Right. And you know what? It's always subtle signs when you can tell people know how to save money. Yeah. Because he doesn't have a cell phone bill, but he got that pager bill.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey!
Sit right here, baby. It's old school, man. I ain't gonna show y'all everything else I got up here.
What you got in that crown?
I got some jupe in here, man.
You got some jupe.
Yeah,
wow.
You know they put the door on it now, man. People be trying to gank you for the juke, man. I got my brush right here.
Oh, not the personal
I got the
brush.
BlackBerry. You know what I'm saying?
The trio.
Can I make a phone call real quick? I need to make a phone call real quick.
They got the juke right there, man.
Hey, the juke. My aunt bought me that when I was 15, and I never wore it.
Oh man, we got a rap, huh? He over there like, you know, giving us the signal.
Yeah, we know you got other places to be, man. We definitely appreciate you spending some time with us, Spice, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime, man.
Thank you.
All right, that's Spice Adams. Where can people find you on social?
Oh man, I'm Spice Adams everywhere, man. SpiceAdams.com. Get some merch. Shop.SpiceAdams.com. Try to keep it consistent.
For sure.
Yes, indeed.
For sure. We'll have more guests coming up a little bit later today, live from Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Peace.
Go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Biggest the what? Go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Biggest the what? Biggest the Super Bowl.
Broadcasting from Radio Row inside the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are tuned into Sideline Sports Talk Networks, the W Show on 100.1 FM, Kansas City. Brought to you by Stockman Law Firm, the Solar Center, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, Gates Barbecue, Positivity Water, Soiree Steak and Oyster House, the Right Tally Tax Preparation, Dillard's Zona Rosa, KC Wheat Spin 360, Derek Thomas Neil Smith III and Long Foundation, Phenomenal Kids Child Care Learning Center, XC Fright, Studio Clash, Sierra Fonseca, hairstylist, and New York life.